Hey,
as well as the case.
Nice.
Still got the crack at the top.
Yeah. But baby steps. That should protect you for any future cracks. But glad that got sorted for you. And um Bob, I don't know. Bob was trying to send me a email yesterday that wasn't coming through, and my email blocker marked him as phishing emails. So I don't know why, but that was an adventure.
I've had some trouble. We've had some trouble with some emails lately too that we never got
Mm-hmm.
or never got in a timely fashion, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's Comcast or what the deal is.
Does it go into like a spam filter type
It
thing?
never arrives anywhere.
Weird.
Yeah. And it's coming from MailChimp, just like you're
Mm.
using.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's interesting. Specifically that. Wonder if we need to like whitelist that somehow for you. But anyway,
I don't know.
these
Always something.
what?
There's always something going on, you know.
And they're always trying to play defense for technology, right? So
Yeah.
say everybody's getting more and more cautious.
yes. But then you're not getting the stuff you want, so
True.
vicious cycle. But anyway, I digress. Was there things you guys wanted to talk about this week?
I got nothing.
Well, we were going to dress up for Halloween, but we couldn't remember how to do it.
Well, we could add the filters for you. If you go to the little caret next to the video, you can
Oh,
do video filter, and you can add
Back.
different things like this.
Oh,
ah,
Aw.
Looks good on you, Bob.
Very good.
Very nice.
there. Oh, we can only do one.
You can't do multiple, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, you could
More
have a
like
lot
the
of fun if you
bandit.
could do multiples.
Oh, there, I didn't see you, Baba. I don't want anybody to know who I am.
oh, academic Lynn. Whoa. Oh, red tam looks good.
Patty.
Uh,
Oh, well,
Hey,
okay.
yeah.
That was one we didn't try.
I didn't even know you could do all of that.
Oh,
Try it, Shirley.
Yeah, we talked about this a long time ago. but
yeah,
it's-
it was. I think it was
What's up?
Ernie.
Not responding.
Ernie, who was doing a cartoon of himself.
Mhm.
Oh, Bill, you came in from the outside beach.
Yeah, I couldn't get the mic to work on my laptop, so I had to revert
No, I'm
back
gonna
to
leave
my
it
iPad.
forever.
You might miss the chocolate.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Well, it's a
I'm
beautiful
sorry to
view
hear
behind
that.
you.
Now, how to get rid of this?
So if you go back up to the filter, the very top one says remove filter or none. But you could also do an
Oh.
avatar if you want your little avatar.
Oh, that's what Ernie did.
Yes.
How was that? You put your own picture in.
You can create your own.
Oh, I see avatar.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
There's Miss Lynn.
Yes. But yes, the question is, do you trust the person is, who they say they are?
Oh,
Bob, how'd you flip upside down?
I think it's the rest of you who are upside down.
you've got glasses on your mouth.
You
Well.
never know what's going to happen at tech time.
You have to remember, this is being recorded.
I had to shut it down and it takes forever to restart. So,
Mm.
and I forgot to restart it before 5 minutes before 10.
Time for a new one.
She said, no, Bob, I already offered that.
How old is her computer?
Probably 6.
That's decent life for a PC.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about how old mine is.
Time to get a new one.
However, holidays are not a good time, I don't think, for getting a new computer.
Black Friday might have some deals for you.
Not
Well,
from
I was
Apple.
just thinking about the learning curve time.
Yes. Unless you have, some techie friend coming and visiting you for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
No deals
No.
from Apple at Christmas time.
Your cousin Mac will help you, Gene.
I don't think I'd trust him. I love him dearly.
Is living in it. Basically,
He gets
it's,
around.
unfortunately, the friend I have who is very tech savvy is having some problems with her health. So she hasn't been able to come over and help me out of my misery. But, I may end up just biting the bullet and buying a new printer.
That shouldn't have to be the case, though.
I know, but I've invited them over for Thanksgiving, so maybe I'll wait and see,
Yeah. But
Oh, Lynn,
Yeah.
I meant to tell you, that plan or that idea that Steven said about putting my laser printer on the network by
Mhm.
hooking it up with an Ethernet port or
Yeah.
Ethernet cord.
Yeah.
I only have one of those 50-pin D cables in there plus the USB, so I don't have an Ethernet to put it on my network.
Weird.
You
I've
know,
not-
the old 50-pin round things like
Mhm.
this. Yeah, I've got one of those in there and a USB port, and that's it.
Huh. How old's this printer?
So it won't work, even though it was a wonderful idea.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, me too. That's how I felt when I opened it up last week or a couple weeks ago and looked in there. I'm thinking, this thing is really old if it has one of those 50-pin connectors in it yet.
Mhm.
Must be 15 years old at least.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Oh,
They
time to
stopped
buy a new
supporting
one.
it. They
Right,
stopped
Bev?
supporting it about 8 years ago.
Is
Oh,
is
wow.
that an honest to goodness D sub miniature 50 pin? They're like ancient.
Yeah.
Does it have a D shape?
No, it's one of those oval, they're oblong things. It's about this long.
Yeah.
I have several if you want one, Bill.
No, we used to make them at Berg Electronics.
I didn't realize that I had one of those in there until I opened it up and looked. I'm thinking, what the heck is this? Well, I knew what it was, but thinking, why is it there?
Yeah.
That kind of deflated my morning.
Mhm.
Ouch.
Yeah. Lori, have you tried plugging it in via Ethernet to see if that reconnects the printer to the laptop?
I
Do you
have
know what
not,
Ethernet
because
cable
I
is?
don't even know what you're talking about.
That's why we're here.
That's
I was gonna
why
say,
we're
Feel
you're
here.
at
bad,
the
I don't
right
either,
place.
Lori.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm not the only one.
So Ethernet cables are how you connect to the internet
Right,
with direct devices. Back when we had dial-up, it's what we used for.
yeah, I remember the Ethernet cables back from then, yeah.
Yes, so um what it would do would it would directly connect your printer into your computer or docking station, so that it's a direct feed to the internet, so it doesn't have to go through the Wi-Fi. So it would eliminate the Wi-Fi issue. But
Yeah.
so if you've got any of these kind of cables lying around at home,
Oh, I've never thrown out a cable, part of my problem, with, just so much old electronics around because I don't know would I ever need it. Um, but it really it just seems more to be getting it off of this scanning issue that we talked about, that it keeps telling me it has an error, but what to do about that, I don't know.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And did we remove it from your computer and add it back? I'm trying to remember. It's been too long.
What we did was I did do something that was suggested, in that, I
We got
updated, I think I updated the
driver.
The
yeah,
drivers, yeah, we did
Yeah.
that.
yeah, we did that. And then I still got the same scanning error 13 is
Mhm.
what I keep getting, you know.
Maybe we try removing it from your computer and then just
Putting
reinstall.
it back.
Yeah.
The other choice would be to go to the HP website and see if they have a chat option
Yeah, that would be a
or an
good idea.
email option, and tell them what's going on and what that error code is for the
Right.
scanning issue, and ask them what to do about it.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, that frequently works. But give that a try too. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what they're there for.
I'm going to throw the link to that support place
great.
in the
Thank you.
chat. So if you want to open that and try, but
That I know how to do.
yay. But printers are evil.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Have you all gotten a message from Verizon that they're discontinuing Messenger Plus? That it won't be supported after, I think, November 7th?
I've never heard of Message Plus, so
It's how I get all my text messages on my iPad, as opposed to non-Apple devices.
mm-hmm.
And I have Apple Talk, and I get messages from other Apple users, but only other Apple users. And one of the recommendations is to use Apple Talk. And I'm thinking, I got to figure out a way to make Apple Talk access my phone number in order to get text messages. And I've searched around for it, and I'm about at, a way to do that. And I'm about to call up Verizon helpline and ask them what I should do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not critical, because my phone is fine, because it's a Samsung phone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of convenience, but I
Mm-hmm.
need to I want to figure it out. It's just more, I use my iPad for almost everything, and I just
Mm-hmm.
want to get my text messages there from all
Mhm.
devices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the challenge between going through two different company devices. They don't always like to speak to each other.
Yeah.
I know
Well, but
Beeper did that too, but that got shut down. So.
well, Verizon supports Apple, so it shouldn't be an issue. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones. And actually, I was. The problem is on this device that I've had to use to join the meeting this morning because my iPad mic was having a problem hooking up. I mean, my laptop mic was having a problem connecting to Zoom. So that's something for after the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any help for you. I don't use Verizon for my cell service, so I don't know if anybody else does, but
Yeah, it's a hangover from DuPont. DuPont used Verizon for everything.
Yeah, we use Verizon for everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
just another challenge, another puzzle piece.
Never easy. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's what makes it fun sometimes.
mm-hmm. It sounds like, yeah, you need to call them.
Unless you have an evil printer.
An evil printer will do it. Definitely. I've seen a few of those.
See, you're not alone.
Yeah, right.
No, I thought it was great when printers came ready to use Wi-Fi, cut down my cabling issues and all that, but it's always something.
Is yours a dot matrix printer?
Yeah.
No, that's
You remember-
Chuck's.
You remember those.
Yeah.
How about an 8-track tape deck?
Oh.
Want to talk 80 column punch cards, anybody?
I remember
I
them.
remember.
Yeah.
Gene
That's when we
remembers
thought
them?
we thought punch tape was a great improvement.
Very grateful that was before my time.
As you should be. But
Yeah.
A question not of great consequence, but on my tablet.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mine's out there.
mute. And Gene and I are in the same room, and if we both have our speakers on, it echoes. When I turn this on or have it to connect to Wi-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
it periodically cuts out, not necessarily when I'm doing something, but I'll close it and I'll go back to it later and it says not connected. That's never happened. It's if I reboot it, it will usually come back on, but otherwise it just spins, doesn't connect.
Mm-hmm. Is there a software update that you need to do?
I don't think it accepts any more software updates.
There's the problem. Time to buy a new one, Bob.
Is that
I'll
the
buy
answer for
one when
everything today?
Bev gets her computer.
Shirley had that same problem last year and she had to buy a new iPad.
Yep.
It stopped taking updates about 3 years ago.
I'll check here, just
Yeah. The other thought I had was, is it when you're far away from the router, or does it not matter where you are in the flat?
I don't think that matters because it had always worked before when it's just in the next room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be fine. Or if it was when you took it out somewhere and then brought it back. But yeah, maybe you just shut it off every time you use it and restart it.
that tends to work, yes.
if you don't want to get a new device. Since Chuck and Shirley seem to have had that experience.
Oh, mine was about 10 and a half years old, so it was time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Those
Wonder how
Apple
old
products,
this
they
is.
just keep on ticking no matter what.
You were an early adapter to the iPad then.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a gift.
I'm not usually early on anything tech.
I think the
I usually hold
iPads,
off as long as I can.
I feel like the iPads were released in 2012.
Hmm.
I could be wrong. I could,
No,
no,
I
When
let
did
me-
you
don't know. I
retire,
got it
Shirley?
in April of 2013 because it was given to me as a retirement gift from all
Okay.
my coworkers at the bank.
Well, this says iPad OS is up to date,
Mm,
15.8.3.
we're at 18
15,
though.
but we're at 18 now.
So there's no way I can update it at all.
If it's not saying you can upgrade to 16 or 17.
Hmm.
Are they still supporting 15? Let me see. iPads were released April 2010, so it has been 14 years. Still 3 years in, isn't bad.
Like I said, time for a new one, Bob. Christmas present.
So Apple stopped actively supporting iOS 15 on September 12th, 2022. Which is probably why you're starting to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 2 years ago already.
Yeah, otherwise it's fine, so it's not worth a new one just for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just keep it off when not used, I guess.
What updates should we be on for phone, Apple phone and newer iPads? My phone
So-
is 17.7.1.
17 or 18 is probably best. 18 was rolled out in September. That's what I'm now on. And I haven't noticed too much of a change between the two iOSs. But
But the 17.7.1 should be okay.
yes, it should still they're still currently updating it.
You had some I guess because it was so new, you had some concerns about 18 and thought maybe
Yeah,
we lesser tech people.
I typically wait till the first security update bug comes out. And now I think we're on 18.2 or 18.3. Let me pull it up.
I just got a notice here saying that 17.7.1 is available for me because I haven't updated to 18 yet.
Oh, there is a update for 18. So yeah.
Yeah, it's probably down at the, yeah, I can, it's available down at the bottom of that list, but I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I would say at this point they've done the initial bugs that were first noticed once they released, but you can wait a little bit longer if you want to.
I'm not in any hurry. There will come a time when that will be the only update from where I am now, probably.
It's like Windows 11, right? That's now pretty much all you people want. So,
No,
That
that's all
works
you get.
fine.
It's not what all everybody wants.
yeah. Yeah. This is
Most
true.
people are happy with 10.
Yep. But yeah, if you get a new computer or things, it will stop functioning with 10.
I think 10 is what I have.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
I even forget how to find out what I have.
If you go to control panel, I'd have to look at your screen to remember exactly. It's been too long, but I think it's under control panel. Um, might be under software updates. So, that's Apple.
Share your screen.
Should I share?
Sure.
Let me.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, so settings, update and security, it looks like. You're muted, Gene. Maybe.
Maybe try that.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now we
Am I
can hear-
unmuted?
Yeah.
Mhm. You haven't shared yet.
There we
Oh,
go.
there. Oh, okay.
There we are.
I'm trying to make
So-
Lori feel like she's a tech genius.
That would take some doing.
Well, I just did it, Lori.
So actually, I think it's under settings. So if you go to the, rather than control panel. So next to your, yeah,
Over here.
yeah.
Oh,
Settings.
settings.
And you want system. And then Windows update.
There.
So you're up to date, current version.
Oh, I am in 11.
Hmm.
No, I'm not.
Mhm.
That's preview for.
No, that's preview. So you're
Yeah.
probably on 10. If you do update history, it would probably tell you. Successfully
There's-
installed in March. Maybe
There's
you
that.
did. Maybe you did install it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like you have it.
Okay. Thank you.
But what does quality updates mean?
I don't
The
know.
ones before that, not quality?
That's what I want to know. Learn more. Hit learn more on that first one. You're our guinea pig today.
Here it comes.
Firefox is already running but not responding. Oh, maybe it's an update just for
The
Firefox?
Firefox. Yeah, I haven't updated that
Mm-hmm.
lately.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
I don't want to
Very
close
good.
Firefox. I've got too much stuff on, too many tabs open right now,
I understand. That's my
including
life.
Zoom.
That's my life.
Okay, well, I've got 11 anyway.
Yep. Anything else you want to share while you've screen sharing?
I don't think so.
But yes, you should be able to close out of that.
Just look at my tabs. Not tabs, but, yeah, no, I don't think so.
You can
Stop
close out
share.
the control panel, yeah. Yeah.
Like we do these things sometimes, but if you don't do it all the time, forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
My default is to go through Google. How do I do this? It's a very good tip.
Hmm.
Although now with the AI generating things at the top, it's a little harder to see.
Yeah, I don't remember to Google for help. I don't do that often enough to remember to do it.
Yeah, I do it at least once or twice a day.
Did anybody open up the AI worship?
Well, I do have a
bulletin?
question.
I
Go ahead.
did. That
A
was
question before we move on. You Google for help. How do you know which ones are legitimate help and how many you should be beware of?
It's a very good question. There's no perfect way of knowing. So this is what,
Thanks.
I just Googled where to look up a software update, right? And here's the generated thing, which for this particular case looks legitimate because those are kind of the settings we did. But if you go look at the URL here, support.microsoft.com, that seems like a legitimate,
Hmm.
website to go to, right? But answers.microsoft, all of those seem more credible than some. They're all Microsoft related.
Then Joe Blow at something or other.
But yes, like Framework IT, I'm not sure exactly what that is.
Mhm.
You know,
YouTube, who would be doing YouTube? Depends on that
YouTube might
person.
be helpful if you want a video tutorial. If you need
But-
like video tutorial of how to do something, like I had a roommate in college who never learned how to make coffee. So she YouTubed how do I make coffee, and it showed her step by step how to do that.
Yeah, if that's Microsoft, it helps, but if it were somebody else, it might not be
Yeah,
legitimate,
or it might be like an old version of, an
yeah,
update.
okay.
So like for this particular issue, I probably wouldn't go through YouTube videos.
Oh, 4 years ago, I see, yeah.
Right. So, but if you needed to learn how to, change your tire or do those more like
Yeah, for
practical things that could be,
car stuff, it's really great.
yes,
Or plumbing.
yes. I know Tim Walls is famous for those kind of YouTube videos. I've
Yeah.
heard. So I've not seen any of them, but I hear it's a thing. But yeah, more of those video related things that could be transferred for a bunch of different platforms would be a way to look up. But for software issues, I would stick with
Microsoft.
like Microsoft and look for something that happened within the last couple months, right? If it's over a year old, it's probably going to be outdated information at this point. But so,
Okay, thank you.
but if you say wanted to look up, I want to watch a movie, it would tell you where you could watch it and things like that. So it really depends on what you're doing or looking up.
Okay, Bob.
Oh, I just asked if anybody opened the worship bulletin developed by AI that Lynn sent.
I did.
I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah, I did too.
Did you,
And how
Lynn, did you share it with the pastors?
I did. They haven't, I think, deep dived it, but it was sitting in Leah's office last time I had left it, so I'm sure they'll get a hoot out of it. But
Well,
I thought
something that, oh, I was just gonna say something that the rest of you can't really appreciate is that there were times when the wording was not what Chautauqua would word something, not just the thoughts, but the wording. But then that could be changed too.
yeah. But yeah, I thought they did a great job with, considering not knowing a lot. Was some of the music done as well? I know we talked about that in that video, or the Joanna talked about that in her presentation, but was it generated music? I was trying to remember.
None of the music itself was generated by AI.
One hand.
One hymn was written, the words, the text was written by AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I'm not sure how they got hold of some of our anthems to suggest those. The director did ask about one, whether that would be appropriate. Yes, that would be a great choice. And I don't know how long it took him to do this. I never thought about that till now.
Yeah, I'd be curious to ask them. I'm guessing it didn't take too long to get that content from them.
No, he wouldn't have done anything that took too long. He didn't have the time.
Yeah. Because, yeah, they could generate, if you plug that in, it could generate it in probably 5 minutes, all the.
The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
As a pastor, I could see how it could be useful creating kind of a first outline of doing something and then you tweak it.
Mm-hmm.
And
If you were
that
still in ministry, Bob, would you use it?
perhaps begs the question of, do you have a footnote partially generated by AI? Or do we just let them think that Bob Bell and his intelligence created it?
You sort of did by putting in the prompts. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that he got an answer he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, try again.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I liked it too.
I mean, usually Westminster acknowledges when there's a call to worship or something, and you have that listed in the bulletin now,
Mm-hmm.
Lynn, and online.
Mm-hmm.
If it was generated by, say, Outlook, Presbyterian Outlook, provided the call to worship.
Sacred Art, Illustrated Ministries,
Yeah.
any of that. Work of the people.
I think that's good to give credit.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And some of the copyright information that they, if we're going to use it, they require us to, credit them. So.
And you are very good about keeping that accurate and ethical. I appreciate that,
try.
Lynn.
We try.
I second that.
We try. I don't know if any of you were around when the church got sued for an image that was on our website. But that was before my time, but an image they used for the bulletin was uploaded to the website and the artist found it and sued the church, and I think the church had to pay a couple $1,000s to, but ever since then they've been very cautious.
That before your time?
Before my time. Things you don't think of, right?
Yeah, I saw some things that I had concern about before your time.
Lynn.
Well, I can say, as somebody who does create things, I once spent an entire year writing a book, and people were taking it and using it as teaching material and putting their own name on it. And it is, especially in this days of technology, it's just nobody understands copyright anymore. I try to teach my students, and when they're taking an image off the net, you just can't do that. But they don't get it. They have no concept of people creating material and that it's theirs,
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Well, I did find out from a musician friend of mine who composes that once a choral group purchases the music, they can do whatever they want with it. They can change the words.
Hmm.
He said it's not ethical, but it's legal.
Interesting. There's so much, especially about music copyrights, that I just can't keep up with it all. There's just so much.
I think that's where Tim has expertise.
Mm-hmm. I've appreciated his leadership with that in regards to that.
Several years ago, there were several clergy who were accused of plagiarizing somebody else's sermons.
Mm.
And there was a minister, friend of mine, no longer living, but in Texas, who Sunday morning was making reference to that of some people plagiarizing sermons. And he said, I have a confession. He said, I feel very upset that nobody plagiarized mine. He said, I have a confession, and the congregation sort of gulped. And,
Yeah.
oh, are you plagiarizing? I have a confession. Pause. I'm upset that nobody plagiarized mine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Very true, though. Other thoughts, comments, concerns? Issues popping up? Look at you guys.
Concerns, but not for this group.